Hello. Today I'll be giving you a tutorial on VLC Media Player. VLC is a free open source media player developed by the VideoLAN project. It is available for a wide range of platforms like Android, Windows, iOS, and more. It can be downloaded from the VideoLAN website, as you can see here, for all the different platforms. It's a very lightweight program and easy to install. So once you have it installed, the advantage of using VLC is that it's really fast and easy to use. It supports pretty much all types of media files, things that cannot be handled well by Windows Media Player. For example, if you try and play a FLAC file using Windows Media Player, it just doesn't work, as you can see here. Whereas with VLC, very easy. So along with being very versatile, it's extremely customizable. If you look at the hotkeys, you can see just how many different functions that it has. For example, entering full screen and exiting is very simple with a press of F. You can play and pause using spacebar. And there's different types of seeking. So using Shift and the arrow keys would skip 3 seconds, while using Alt and arrow keys skips 10 seconds. Control skips 1 minute, and Control Alt skips 5 minutes. And if you really want to, you can skip it, play it frame by frame to really capture the moment you want exactly. Another useful feature is the playlist ability. So you can open a folder and then it'll automatically load up all the media players in the folder into a playlist. And by pressing N, you can skip to the next video on the playlist, and P will go back to the previous. So another one of my favorite features of VLC involves the use of subtitles. I use subtitles a lot when I view media, as I like to watch a lot of foreign things. Sometimes you'll run into a video with off-sync subtitles, which is just really frustrating to deal with. Luckily, VLC has an easy way to sync the timing of the subtitles. For example, in this video, we can see that the subtitles are quite a bit late. So you can use the default hotkeys of G and H to change the subtitle timing little bit by little bit. Or a smarter way of doing it is open up the subtitle file in Notepad. And then here he starts talking at 4 seconds, but in the subtitle file we see that it's closer to 9 seconds. So we can simply manually input minus 5 seconds, and that should sync up the subtitle with the video and solve our problem. as so. Able to use VLC to convert media from one format to another. After opening VLC Media Player, you can go to Media, and then Convert/Save, or you can use the hotkey Control-R. Click Add, and choose the file you want to convert. After pressing Convert/Save, you can customize and select exactly how you want to convert your file. Or you can simply choose from an existing profile which has various codecs, as you can see. Or you can choose to edit the profile, and it can give you more freedom to convert any video to your desired format. So here I'll show you an example of how to convert video. But before that, you need to choose your destination file. So first browse to where you want to save your file, and then select the name. Click Save, and then you can start. So here, once you press start, you can see at the bottom the progress of your video being converted. So the way VLC works to convert is it streams the video you chose to the container file. So if you cut it short here and you go to the video, you can see that only 3 minutes was converted as you cut it short.
Eleanor, come on in.
The next feature is being able to play or download online videos. As I said earlier, VLC is able to play all sorts of different formats, and that includes streaming from websites such as YouTube. There are two ways to do this. First, you can find the video that you want to play. Simply can go to YouTube. And then, once you find your video, you can simply drag the URL into VLC, and it'll automatically play the video. So why would you want to do this instead of just watching it on YouTube? Well, once you become familiar with VLC's hotkeys, it can be nice to watch a video on a player that you're familiar with so you can manipulate playback freely. The other big reason is that you can use VLC to save the video to your computer. And the way to do this is you go to Media, you can click on Open Network Stream, and enter the YouTube URL here. And instead of clicking play, you could press Convert, which opens the same menu that I talked about previously. So you just select the format you want and then make the destination file like previous. So you can see the Convert tool is very powerful and can be used for many different purposes. So moving on to the next feature. Not only is VLC a powerful playback device, but it can also be used to record video. So if you go into the View menu and click on Advanced Controls, you can add an extra layer to your toolbar, which also includes the Record button.
It's a February
So
now.
if you're playing a
went to
video,
snowboarding in Jisan Forest Resort.
you can press the record button to record what's being played on the screen. And if you press stop, it will save the video to your VLC folder. So not only can it be used to record video, but if you select Open Capture Device, and you can select Desktop as the capture mode, and then select the frame rate, then you will be recording the desktop. But if you open VLC, you can see that it kind of creates an infinite loop, so you generally want to minimize VLC before doing that. And with that, you're able to capture your desktop and use VLC as a recording program. And once you press stop, it'll also save the file, the destination. So the other useful way to use this recording is by selecting Direct Show. If you had a webcam, you could record or stream the webcam video directly and use VLC as a streaming platform. Okay, and now our next feature will have to do with playback. So when you watch a video, many media files have chapters. For example, a movie might have different chapters. And you can use hotkey Shift-N to move forward to different chapters, and you can see the names of each chapter. Or if you have a specific point in the video that you want to save, you can use bookmarks. So if you go to the Playback tab, you can select Custom Bookmarks and Manage, and you can create a bookmark saved at the time that you're currently paused at. And then you can go back to this time segment anytime you wish to, which is very convenient. Okay, now going back to how VLC is so customizable, we can also use VLC as an editing tool. So you can play your super high quality music file using VLC. And under the tools, there's effects and filters. And you can go to audio effects and change around the equalizer and other stuff as you see fit. Or you can also do some light video editing. For example, I added in this little overlay here. And the way you do that, you go to Tools, you go to Effects and Filters, Video Effects, and under the overlay, you can add in your own watermark to your video and get rid of that, or you can add it if you want. and change the position. So if you're going to upload your video to YouTube or something and you want to add your watermark to protect it from content thieves, this is a neat little way to do that. I mean, you probably don't want to use VLC as your dedicated music or video editing program, but as you can see, it still has a lot of different features, and it's nice to have one program that can do pretty much anything. Okay, so lastly, you can even customize the appearance of VLC. For example, if you go to Tools, you can click on Customize Interface and then choose which buttons will be appearing on your toolbar. You can choose from various existing profiles, or you can make your own. I mean, you can select which UI elements you want to add or remove to your toolbar. For example, if you want to add an information button, you can simply drag it and then there it is. Also, if you don't like the whole look of VLC, you can use different skins. For example, if you go to the VLC website, there is a skins tab, and you can download a skin made by another user, or you can create your own skin. But I think the original VLC UI is very simplistic and nice to look at, and you can just customize it a little bit. And I'll end this tutorial with a short little comparison with other common media players. So by default on Windows comes with Windows Media Player, and if you've used Windows Media Player before, I think you'll already know how not very useful it is. I mean, a media player that cannot play most types of media, it's pretty useless, I think you can see. I mean, it cannot even play MKV files, whereas on VLC, it plays anything. And then the other very common media player is GOM Player, especially in Korea, as it's made by a Korean company. And while GOM Player has a lot of different features and customization like VLC, I think VLC has a few advantages over GOM Player. First of all, VLC is more lightweight and therefore a bit faster and easier to use. It's a really small, like 40 megabyte program, quick install. And since it's available on more platforms, it can be more useful, as once you learn how to use VLC once, you can use it the same way across multiple platforms. Like, for example, you can use VLC on your Windows computer, get it on Linux, and also use it on your phone, which is super nice. And then GOM Player has this like ad on the bottom about their other programs, which is pretty annoying to deal with. And it's less customizable in general. If you go to the preferences in VLC, you can change around all the hotkeys as you see fit, and it's just a lot easier to get through the menu and change things the way you'd like. And I think the hotkeys are a bit more intuitive, like pressing F for going full screen versus pressing enter on GOM player. And the seeking on VLC is a bit more accurate to use. I mean, it's more of a preference thing than one media player being strictly better than the other when it comes to VLC versus GOM. I think VLC pulls ahead because it's just a more user-friendly experience, and I like the UI and its features more.